Hello everybody. Today, this video is not for the common everyday man. Sorry people, I know most of them. This is for you, Warren Buffett, you, Bill Gates, the Gettys, the Pickens, and all you with the money that are looking at probably the greatest depression to hit the world in the upcoming years. But it can be stopped, because we can terminate what caused it. But it's only you people. First thing is, get greed out of the way. Don't look for the federal government any longer, because they have wasted everything they had. The federal government only looks at one solution to a problem: throw money at it. Look at how we get our friends and allies. We throw money at them. That's all the federal government knows how to do. The quick fix, right now. Not something with any solid stance. Just something right now. Right now, thin ice, that's all they do. They don't take time to check it out. This is for you, the presidents of all your banks in this country. Understand something. You have something of great value, and you're causing it to become valueless by your action. A piece of property with an empty house on it is a piece of property with a house on it. It has no value. Solid value is a piece of property with a home on it. The difference between a house and a home is how it's occupied. A house is not, a home is. You, the banks, are destroying or slitting your very throats. You have to understand, this economy is really in a bad way. It's time to turn it around. What started it has to be stopped. Now understand, in this country right now, probably the only form of manufacturing we have is homes. If they could ship houses from China over here, they would. But building homes is really the only solid manufacturing we have. Building houses to make them homes. But when the whole world, the people in this country can't buy a house, it's not worth it. There's nothing to build. And when you're kicking people out of homes and making them houses, you just devalued what you have. Banks, you got to understand, the most valuable item that you have in your portfolio, take it all, the most valuable is the home. You have the control of keeping its value, nobody else. You have the absolute control. Unlike gold, if everyone who owns gold in the whole world started dumping it, it would lose its value very quickly. And you have no control over that. But you, the banks, have a lot of control, because you're in an agreement with an individual and your bank to make that piece of property with that house on it extremely valuable. But right now, you're having problems, just like the individuals are. The banks that are going to survive are the ones who are going to be listening to what I say here. You must stop foreclosures. The federal government, there's no more bailouts. The money's all gone. They can't come up with trillions of dollars or even billions of dollars to give to you guys anymore. So you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet and say, we're going to survive. We're going to maintain the value of our stock. We're going to maintain the solid foundation that we're built on. We're going to do the job. You stop foreclosures. First, on homes. Not houses. Homes. What's the difference between a house and a home? Well, a home has a family in it. People living in it. Might be just one person, might be 6 people. But you stop the foreclosures. Houses is what people do when they flip. If a person's flipping houses, you can get with them and say, okay, you get to choose one house as your home. Everything else, forget it. It's gone. Your business went bankrupt. There's nothing we can do about that. It's up to you, the banks, now. The federal government has failed. We don't have a leader that's strong enough to stand up and say, this is what we'll do. We don't have a leader that has foresight to see how to turn things around. He only knows how to do things he has always done his whole life. Throw money at it, throw money at it, throw money at it. He doesn't know how to get out of it without throwing money at it. So, banks, look at what you got. Go to the people that you would think you would foreclose on. Sit down with them. Maybe say, okay, your mortgage is a dead mortgage right now. Doesn't mean that it's gone. It means that right now we're not going to be able to collect any interest on your mortgage, and therefore your mortgage will not be being paid off. But we will work out and have a rent. This is still your house, and you still hold the mortgage. Until you get sound, and our economy gets sound, you'll be paying rent. Or you could say, okay, what we're doing is we're charging you 1% interest, and you will pay so-and-so. Or 0.5% interest, whatever you want. But what you will do is you will maintain the soundness, the value of that piece of property. By doing that, you maintain the solid foundation your bank is built on. Stop these foreclosures. That's the only thing that's going to turn it around. You continue the way you're doing, 2011 is going to be far worse than 29. Far worse. 2008 was the beginning of what could be the worst depression that ever hit the world. It's up to you now to stop it and turn it around. You started it with your foreclosures. Stop it. Get with these people who are losing their jobs. Get with these people who can't make the payments. You know who they are. And see what you can do to stop the foreclosure of their home. Don't put people out on the street because you're only slitting your own throat. You people at the top think you got enough money to absorb it. You don't. And the federal government doesn't have any more. Many of these banks will go completely under. Many of you will fail. Unless you start doing some solid banking tactics. One, your assets. You gotta maintain the solid base foundation. And that is by stopping the foreclosures. Because you keep the value of that piece of property. And that's your worth. The people, maybe they can't make the payments now. But you can work something out where they can stay in their home. Even if you only get $50 a month. To keep them in their home. To keep their property theirs. The thing is, you keep the value of that piece of land. Because that home makes it. You keep the value of that farm. Because that farm makes it. You keep the value of the most valuable thing we, the United States government, country, not the government, country has. The most valuable thing. Our property. That's where the value is. And when you place a home on it, you have made it extremely valuable and you have made it very solid. When you put a house on it, it loses all its value and it's not worth anything. Think about that, banks. You're going to have to, because the federal government is out of money, you're going to have to stand up and stop these foreclosures. You're going to have to make your bank solid. The least amount of foreclosures you do, the more solid your bank will be. And remember, it's not a home that you want to foreclose on. It's a house, something that nobody lives in. Somebody that's flipping houses just to make money. Those are the houses you foreclose on. The homes you keep the people in. And that will keep the value of your bank solid and strong. I want you to think about this. And understand, I might have to be the leader through this, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. But this is what you need to do. This is JD. You can do it. You have the assets right now. You have the solid property. You must do it to save your own neck. This is JD.